made it over here to Pennsylvania to Freedom Motorsportz, and this is a car you guys may recognize, Rich Whiteman's car. Super cool car, lots of style. He's running the Ep7 kit. I think it's one of the first chases in competition with that kit. One of my favorite cars for sure, and these guys are big 2JZ guys, obviously. Really nice shop, lots of really cool 2J projects. Look at the finish on this thing, really nice car. What do you guys think about this stuff? It's a really cool shop over here. Lots of S chassis, Datsun over here. 280 or 240. Look at this color on this thing, it's super rad. There's a Mustang under this cover and the usual suspects, Nissan and Toyota. Corvette C3, and here we have a really cool E30 project with a 2J in it. Look at that car. Normally I don't like this gray, but it looks pretty cool on this machine. Hello friends, we are here at Freedom Motorsportz and our Corvette is on the dyno. What we're doing over here is we're refreshing the map a little bit, and we're making NA map so we can run the car without the supercharger when we want to. We figured out some belt issues that we had in Orlando. We were actually able to keep the belt on the car, but it was slipping a little bit, and then we solved the slipping, and then we found out that one of the brackets was bending under load, which is weird because it's supposed to be an upgrade bracket over the ProCharger bracket. So even the ProCharger bracket shouldn't bend, and this is like the upgrade on top of the ProCharger bracket, so the better bracket. Still bends, so now we made our own bracket and now it's fine, and the belt stays on the car and we can make all the boosts we want. But as you guys know, I'm always really careful with stuff, and I want to have a contingency plan for everything. We had a lot of rain in Orlando. There's chance of rain in E-Town. E-Town isn't the biggest track. As you guys know, I've driven it with my M3 on Drift Week. So if we can get any decent power out of this car NA, then we will have a setup that we could potentially run it NA. I'm not saying that we will, but we could run it NA, because you're also getting rid of the drag of the supercharger. So we'll see. As you guys know, when we were in Vegas, we stopped at 650 horsepower and 650 pound-foot torque, but that was with belt slipping. So now we make a little bit more power. I think the car is like a little over 700 now, which is obviously good. It's more than enough for pro spec driving. Let's get a map in there with this motor NA. And thanks a lot to Andrew Kaufman, Rich Whiteman, for allowing us to do it over here, and Andrew is going to be looking at our map and making that map for us. So we did the NA mapping, freshen up the map a little bit, look at the start as well, because as you guys may know, it had all the backfires and all that stuff. So that's now all freshed up by Andrew. Now we're gonna put the supercharger setup on the car. Supercharger obviously always on the car, but put the boost pipes on, reroute the intake system, and put the belt on and see what she does. This motor was supposed to be 10-to-1 compression, but it turns out it's probably a little bit less. What I expect is the person who made that motor probably just bought the parts to make it 10-to-1. But you always have to like calculate and measure that stuff and measure what your actual compression is going to be, because it's something completely different than taking a compression tester, because that doesn't show the compression of the motor, that's just the condition of the motor. And a lot of people get that wrong. So I think this motor is more like 9-to-1 compression. It made 420 wheel and 450 pound-feet, where I would think that if it was like 10 or 10.5 to 1, it should make a little bit more. It does have a very conservative cam, but let's see what she does now if we make a little bit more boost with the new belt setup.
So we're trying out different types of belts. Some of them are a little beefier than others, but that may not always be a good thing. So we got a bunch of belts in different sizes and different thicknesses, and we're gonna find out what works best, because all this stuff is always a little labor intensive to get it correct, especially for a drift car.
The avocado is
So we tried a different type of belt, didn't bring us much luck. The belt already started to damage after one run. It's a specific setup of belts, which is called an RPM belt. It's a little stiffer, but it's definitely not correct for our application, so we're going back to the belt that we ran testing at E-Town, which is not really a super special belt, but I think it's that's exactly what saves its life. They're really stiff special belts. As soon as they need to stretch or need to give a little weight, then they're just breaking. So all this stuff, I already expected lots of stuff happening with superchargers. Everybody in Europe and everybody I know in America has belt issues with superchargers. As you guys know, we didn't want to run this motor, but we didn't get the right motor that we ordered on time, so we used this motor. But guys are working really hard, Eric and Nate, getting that belt on the car right now. So we're doing some pulls. It looks all pretty okay. We changed out the belt again to the belt we ran in Jersey. That still seems to be the best solution. It's just one of those things where, like, there's a whole lot of different belts on the market. Some of them are specifically for supercharger, like reinforced, extra strong, and like more grip on the back side of the belt where it runs over the water pump and all that stuff. But fact of the matter is that every time you do anything with supercharger setup, there's always a lot of stuff being different than what people say. Morning, friends. Made it to the Airbnb that we're using for New Jersey. Had a good night's sleep, and we're complete now. DJA flew in from Vegas, and what we're going to be doing today is doing a little bit of testing, because yeah, we're still on the same belt setup as before, so that should work. Just want to get as much miles on the car as we can get. Obviously, there's this 2-week ban, so we cannot actually run the car on the FD layout, so we're going to be running the road course at FD, and I expect a lot of other drivers to be there as well. So see you guys there. Back here at Englishtown, one of my favorite tracks, one of my favorite environments. Such a huge place. This complex is massive, and I like it. It's also, it's not brand new, it's a little old. You can tell there's a lot of motorsport history here. It's early C5. All the rigs that have been here for like 2 weeks, because like all the big teams, obviously Asbel, and in front of him is Forsberg Audi, They left all their stuff over here, obviously, from Orlando, and as you guys can see maybe over there, that's RTR stuff. So it's Chelsea and Adam posted up over there. Behind me is where the pit is going to be. Yeah, I've been here so many times now since Drift Week. It's really cool. Love this place. We're waiting for us to go on track and check out some of the pro spec guys are all parked up here. So let's see who we have. We have Odie, we have Dylan Hughes, we have Evan, which is Odie's other car, Simon Olsen, Jonathan Hurst. This is Chris Knapp's car. You guys may have seen in all the videos. Everybody always ships their stuff here. That's a package for us. So yeah, Chris Knapp and the whole Knapp family is accommodating us immensely over here. As you can see, this is kind of like the go-to spot for everybody to send stuff. Pretty good day for us. Running the car NA. As you can see, it's raining. I don't know if it's easy to tell on the video, maybe not, but it's definitely coming down. Not like pouring, but definitely wet surface. So Rich is feeling pretty confident in the car. We're playing around with it, just tire after tire. Yeah, everything looks really good, the logs and everything. So I'm kind of like, as you guys know, I like NA stuff. If it's this type of weather, we could run NA in the competition, because yeah, I just feel confident doing that. So we'll see what's up. We're gonna make another couple changes on the supercharger setup. I'm pretty sure we've ironed out all the kinks then, and then it's up to us to make the decision if we want to run NA or supercharged in the competition.
Don't forget to take a look at our website as well, einzel.nl. We ship worldwide, of course, Wisefab, field suspension, our own brand Einzel, gearboxes, quick change differentials, axles, all kinds of things. A lot of fabrication components, of course, air jacks, subframes for quick change, you name it. Drop us an email and we'll hook you up.